Good morning, friends. Good morning. Wow. How do we even come into the room on this energy? You guys, hey, family, let's go ahead and spritz. Ooh, we getting frankincense hydrosol on the board. Get the frankincense out here because you know this energy I'm hearing it's coming in hot. Boom, boom. Okay. That's crazy. I'm hearing like these tribal drums. Oh my gosh, you guys, the dreams. Woo, child. How are we not going to talk for like an hour today? But I'm not even going to make any promises. The energy is so crazy, and it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Yes. Shout out to all my February Aquarius family in the house. You know what? I had a great weekend. Um, I celebrated in different ways. There were Valentine's good times had. There were sushi dates. There were all kinds of things. I feel so loved. Um, Not by my printer though, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, because we gotta see. Because we have to look. We have to look. Happy new moon in Aquarius. Additionally, Fat Tuesday Mardi Gras for those who observe. Additionally, the opening of the Eclipse portal with the solar ring of fire. I'm hearing, I fell into a burning ring of fire. Okay, we're not falling in though. The horse is just running. It was like we grabbed the wheel of the year and we got the horse and somebody has smacked the horse's hide and it's like, but we're gonna talk about it. The energy is just, oh my goodness, it is bright. It is multifaceted. It is flowing in. I mean, to articulate how it feels, it's so tricky. I was telling a friend, like, I didn't even I normally travel. You know, it's very Aquarius over here. Listen, hold on. I'm about to start talking. No, I want it to fit in the, okay. Whoa, the way this chart looks. Let me get it printed. Let me make sure, child, not me trying to save to a PDF. Okay, print. Because spirit, y'all, you would think that I never even started trying to print this ever before we come on here. And it's not the case, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. I don't know, you guys. I was thinking, with all that stuff of the weekend being said, though, I did want to say I miss you. I know it's been like, I just had a lot of plans going on this weekend. Also did like a lot of Valentine's Day, a lot of energy reads. I had Year of the Fire Horse tarot bookings. Still going to be working through those this week. But I was like, I got to go check in with my family, my soul family. This is a beautiful time. Now, when we say it's a beautiful time, it's not going to be an easy time. But that's okay, though. This is the density of the beauty of the multifaceted experience of incarnating as a human being. That's how Spirit says it to me. Let's go ahead and set our intentions. This is a beautiful precipice of opening up new timelines, and I'm so excited to tap into the energy of this chart, y'all. I'm not even going to pick up the chart. You know how it goes down. Spirit will be giving me messages, showing me images. We'll be hearing the songs. We'll be doing the things. Honey, we will be doing the things. So let's take time to pause and offer gratitude. I am happy to be here. I'm thankful. I'm filled with gratitude. It has been quite a polarity, quite a duality of my trips around the sun in this incarnation, should we say. I do feel I'm a very old soul. But this has been a doozy right here, y'all. A doozy. And let me tell you, I'm thankful for it. And I'll be the type of person that I'm not even going to like try to. I am very humble. But I will say, and it's my birthday. Let me celebrate myself. It's giving. I mean, I have an Aquarius stellium. You know, if there's one year I really picked, I'm very low key on my birthday, honestly. Many people tend to start wishing me happy birthday before, and people be like, girl, you didn't even tell me it was your birthday. That's my MO. You know how us Aquarius will be. We like to pop out. And then we go back in and work for like the next year on the next big thing that we're about to pop out into. So I'll be done popped out with something. I'll be like, girl, I've been planning this for 2 years. And they're like, what? Shout out to my inner circle of beautiful soul family. I really have nothing. I have nothing but gratitude. I really don't. I hesitate. But then I think about it and I'm like, nah, it's genuine through and through. We should do. Oh, y'all, I don't even know. I have to look at my calendar. I know I have to attend a lecture at 12 o'clock. Happy birthday to me, right? No, I'm thankful. Listen, there's people in countries that would be begging to get their hands on opportunities and learn and have books, and boom, you see how we flip that so fast? I have gratitude that I have opportunities to receive new passive learning. Bam! That's how we flip it. But I'm so thankful, and it hasn't been easy. But shit, we already know if we incarnated in this time right now, we didn't sign up because it was going to be easy. We signed up because we were going to be alive. We signed up because we knew we had that dog and we were ready to fight. We knew we could run with the horse. We knew we could vibe with the snake. This is what it's giving. And I felt this. It's like a candle being lit. That is really how I've been feeling it today. And it's a tingling and it's kindling and I love it. And it's like, man, oh man. What a fucking time to be alive for real. So we are always offering thanks and gratitude to Great Spirit Divine, God, Goddess, Source Energy, the unity of light-coded frequency that connects us all. Okay, we are always holding space here to channel our ancestors, both galactic and earthbound, our spirit team, angels, light beings, elementals of the Davic nature spirits of earth. Okay, all the things that we call into the space, the messages, the activations, the support, the encouragement. We're not going to interrupt the intentions. I know they're landscaping outside. I hope it's not loud, but we are always asking that messages come in through this space, that activations and encouragement and confirmation and synchronicity here be in support of the highest and best good and harming none. Okay, we set the intentions. You know what I feel like doing? Because Aquarius energy is such a frequential of sound, a vibrational frequency that comes in like water that just liquidates. And won't you listen, because I waited while I was fooling with the printer. And it's just too funny because now he's still going on out there, but it's all good. We're going to keep moving forward. But I want to cleanse our space with the sound bowl. I was almost thinking about, because there is so much energy coming through, I was thinking about sitting and doing a different message where I love to just spread the cards out and share different cards. And I did my own like birthday sesh this morning. It was earlier because I wanted to be ahead of the wave of the new moon and the eclipse energies coming in, the rebirth of the Lunar New Year. Happy Year of the Fire Horse! It's about to be so good. And when I say good, I don't mean easy. And when I say good, I don't mean simple. Well, it really is simple, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm hearing many miles to go before we sleep. That's all right, though. Oh, man, what a special incarnation that we're in. Alchemical abilities to flip the perspective are going to be a superpower strength. I'm hearing it like this from Spirit. Child, let me go get my to see, because Spirit's already got me tapped into this chart, into our new moon eclipse portal. Look at that. It's like a, I don't know. I'm seeing like a web of light. I'm seeing like, it's like light coming into a window and refract. I'm getting quantum. I'm getting multidimensionality. I'm getting multifaceted. I'm getting, that's so funny because I felt the need, my dragon, my selenite, or it's kind of like Aura Course, but it's on selenite. I know, get into it. Ooh, y'all don't know. Listen, look at the dragon spirit. Look at the serpentine energy. Look at the iridescence. That's what I'm feeling. Iridescence. That's really what I'm feeling. So funny because I was like, the ability to alchemize and flip your perspective is going to be your superpower. Look at, because it looks like that's exactly what it's doing. Okay, let me get this singing bowl. You gotta Hold on, I'm going to close this window. You got to flip it. I'm hearing it's tricky to rock around. It's tricky. Hey. Okay, hold on. That's funny. Let me get my bowl and close this window, y'all. Oh, listen, let me share. I know you guys on another video, I was sharing, someone sent me this early birthday package, and y'all, are you ready? My friend dropped off a birth. She's an Aquarius too. Ooh. Listen, here's my birthday gift that someone made. I know, I can't really get the perspective. I'm not going to change the whole scope of the camera, but get into it. Look, I'm going to hang it up. I have a window that faces a certain direction, and I have like all my altar in front of the window, and there's this perfect space. You ever get something in the space on your wall? It's like, and you're like, it's meant to be here. It's so perfect. So I have been very blessed. See, this is what I'm talking about. We need to have like a separate, I may do tarot cards and oracle cards in a separate, just channeling the frequency, whatever wants to come through in this beautiful, energetic, galactic heart chakra, crown chakra, multi-dimensional portal is what I feel that it is. It's a ring of fire, but it is, I'm seeing Harry Potter playing, where you go through the hoops in Quidditch or whatever, and you're chasing the golden snitch, but it's like we're on the horse and we're riding through it. It's like elevation. Each time I'm hearing ta-ting, 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 when you go through the hoops or something. I'm hearing something like, you have collected double XP, double, triple, quadruple, bing, ding, ding, ding. And it's like, it gives an energy of like something blowing up. You go through one hoop and then boom, 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 boom. And you hit a sequence of 3. And then you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. It feels like multiplicity. See, as soon as we sit down, if you're new here, thank you so much for being here. It's not really a monetized or a affiliated space. We just hang out here as a soul group and a soul family. You're so welcome. He, she, them, they. We love everybody. Thank you for being here. If you click the like, that really just circulates us through the timelines on the platform to kind of go out and collect the people that need to be in our soul tribe. Everyone's got a place and something to share. We're all like slices of a big pie. I'm seeing the astrology wheel, and Aquarius loves to speak to the community and disperse the energy. If you ever want to do personal work, I have a website for that. You're welcome to go check it out. But here we just hang out. We really just started vibing, sharing new moons and full moons. We love to roll through the wheel of the year. It is very witchy over here. It's a very channeled intuitive space. I have an Aquarius stellium, so it's very Aquarius over here, friends. Okay. But yeah, I was thinking, and we love to talk about astrology. I do have a platform on school where I teach tarot, but in a very astrological, alchemical, shamanic type of way. You're welcome to check that out. The links are in my description for the channel. I don't put like massive paragraphs below the videos. So if you're ever looking for that information, if you go to the description of the channel, I have stuff there. Feel free to email me, check out my website, etc. Check out my classroom where you can subscribe there and get, when we get into March and the spring equinox, I'll start launching all of the tarot teachings. We have like calendar dates where we hang out. It's super cool. So you're welcome to check that out. That was my big birthday baby that I launched this year. So we'll get into the messages though. Let me write down multiplicity, and I think that's come through before. Multiplicity, I'm thinking of the movie with Michael. Is Michael Keaton? Ooh, we do love some Michael Keaton. My personal favorite Batman, I will just say. I'm hearing, oh man, the channeling's already coming in. I'm hearing Batman. I'm seeing Michael Keaton. I'm seeing multiplicity. I'm seeing the scene where, I'm seeing the image of throwing up the bat signal, but it's like the light of Aquarius through a dark, foggy sky. That's exactly how I'm seeing it come through, which makes me think of the Oriel, which makes me think of the Hebrew letter Hey, which is about the window, the light that Aquarius brings down, the North Star, Polaris. Okay. This is what we're going to write up here. North Star Polaris. Spirit is wanting me to draw the rune. I think it's T-Wise. Y'all know we be vibing with the runes over here too. You already know. And that's not all of them, but you already know we do the sigils over here a lot of times. And you can also book custom candle work with me. I am a candle crafter. That is my favorite form of art. And if you've ever received one from me, you already know I love to work with runes and bind runes and rune staves as sigil work and custom candles. So we are drawing. I'll write T-Wise in case someone wants to connect and work with the energy of this rune. Okay, I'm going to write J-Bo, G-Bo. People say that differently. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll write that because I'm hearing these two are combined together, okay? So I'm writing North Star, Polaris. These two are combined together. J-Bo is like, or Gabo, J-Bo, however you want to say it, is like a gift. I'm also getting, when you throw up the bat signal, you know that scene? I think it's from the Dark Knight series. Shout out to all my Batman series fans, because, ooh, we do love it. What is the scene? Do you know what I'm talking about when he's like, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's the police chief, and he's like, standing in the hallway, and he turns around to the guy and he's like, I want you to bring me all of them. And the guy whispers, he's like, all of them? And you know, when he turns around and he's like, I said, bring me all of them. And I had to give it all that juice because that's what the energy is giving. It's giving, ooh, no receipt will go unchecked. All of the karmic timeline, Saturn is now closing out. It shall all come to pass. I'm hearing something like this. See, I'm getting a lot of channeled messages. Let's go ahead and cleanse the energy. I will say that if you have an earbuds or if you're sound sensitive, this can be close to the recording camera here, so just be mindful of that. But I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do 3 cleansing sounds just to cleanse the frequencies, to release stuck stagnant vibrations, to welcome in the energy of the new moon eclipse portal, the beautiful rebirth of the Lunar New Year. And I know that coincides with lots of different sectors of beliefs and celebrations, but we all understand that energy of these portals, right? Okay, so I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1. Maybe we do a deep breath. Spirit's wanting us to pause and just do a little breath work here, because when we take those big Buddha belly breaths, when we take in, we're breathing in like life force, sustenance, new energy through these portals of timeline frequencies and vibrations. So thinking that when you breathe in and you hold, and then when you release, maybe you visualize it being like smoke or dusty, stagnant energy that's being let out. I'd encourage you, if you can today, if the weather allows, if whatever the case allows, you open a door or a window. That's an excellent practice. And we're going to do it one more time, okay? All right, I'll give you another count. 3, 2, 1. Let me just remind you from your fellow Aquarius astrologer, okay? Sound frequencies are excellent ways to practice healing. We're only going to see molecular levels of healing through binaural, through beats, through sound currents. This is going to only increase in study if you're able to put in earbuds or put something on a big screen and just immerse yourself in sound, in light language, in binaural beats, in isochronic frequencies. There's many excellent resources. There's beautiful apps. I would encourage you to get some sort of sound healing frequential alignment tool in. That is going to be streaming. I'm hearing streaming, which makes you think of streaming things. Maybe you're using an app, a YouTube, a platform, but or maybe you're listening to, I'm hearing like the sound. Okay, so sound healing, sound frequency. That goes all the way down to a, I want to say like microbiotic cellular level. And we're just now, it's 11:01 on the clock, which makes me think of like two ones and then a gateway portal and then another new beginning. I think that's beautiful. I'm going to write down 1101. Sound healing. Sound frequency is coming through. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's just so much. Like, where do we start? There's so much. It's very beautiful. I want to encourage you wherever you find yourself. You may find yourself in a place where you've been doing a certain body of work for a long time and you feel very locked in. And so the alignment is really like, boom. It's such a confirmation that I am super locked in right now, right? I understand how the timeline was unfolding for me. We may feel less of a mysterious frequency in some timelines. Now, some people may be kind of feeling the Aries energy coming in that was a precipice to this, and it may be more of a jolt. It may be more of a tower. And so the ways that we are all in different experiences of this energy, we can be in harmony and help one another. It's okay to find yourself at different places. Some may have, I know I say sometimes about Aquarius collective frequency is that some people run ahead of the wave, but that's because they're going to need to be up here, or, a lifeguard is going to need to be way more ahead of the wave trained in their swimming because they're going to have a certain purpose, because there's going to be tears of ascension, tears of awakening, tears of jolted energy, whereas your jolt might be a divine confirmation, an energetic musing. It may be very different, because if you're a younger person, you haven't had a Saturn return, and I'm not saying you're not an old soul, but I'm saying there are certain marker points some haven't experienced yet. And their soul is going to start going on a certain path. And because the collective wave of frequency is moving, I'm hearing undulation. Let's get some Palo Santo. Undulation. That's how a wave goes. You may be back here. Someone may be up here. We have peaks. We have troughs. We have valleys. We have mountaintops. We're going to find ourselves in different spots. I'm hearing on the waves, which makes me think of how in a lot of spiritual, energetic, astrological communities for a long time, decades now, Spirit is saying decades, we've been talking about waves of consciousness awakening. I have no idea how to spell that. Am I spelling it right? Undulation. Undulation. Oh, shoot, I spelled it right. The Spirit's going to have us write this. Okay, right here. Undulation. Ooh, look. Look at that. What would we say? The origination of the movement that caused a rise, which then leads to a fall and another rise, right? We're talking about waves here. Undulation. This is happening out in the stars. That could be a galactic reference. Of course it is. That could be just like a higher point of frequency in the collective consciousness is how I'm seeing it. Because if the peak is higher, even the troughs that go low begin to even be higher, This is interesting. I'm going to read this to you, but I will point out to you, here's where we will be. Of course, the sun and moon are going to be in conjunction to each other because this is a new moon. And both of them are in Aquarius at the 28th degree mark. Do you see that there? We, of course, know now Pluto has shifted from the 3rd degree to the 4th degree. We have Pluto in Aquarius. We still have Mars in Aquarius at the 19th degree. Do you see this? Don't miss this. We have a 9 plus 1 equals 10. We have a 8 plus 2 equals 10. We have another 8 plus 2. That's 10, 10, 10. Honey, it's giving endings. It's giving tens. It's giving the wheel. It's giving the year of 10. Do you see that? Do you see how the snake has prepared us through the shedding of the skin and the transformation and the rise? the fall that may even led to the rise. Spirit is saying it like this. It's a doorway. I'm hearing the doors. I'm hearing people are strange. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, no shit. I mean, the doors. I'm hearing tens. I'm going to write up here a 10-year. You see this? Okay, don't miss that. Big. So big. We are still tapping into that North Node frequency in Pisces. Remember, we do have Mercury, which has already swung ahead. He loves to be the line leader. He's carried us into these Piscean frequencies. We also have Venus, a very beautiful, balmy, glowy, delicious. If this shit is not rooted in love, I will burn it all to the ground type vibes. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to be chaotic. And then, of course, we also see that we have both Saturn and Neptune at aneretic 0-degree points. So that is our very big, huge, gorgeous, juicy, amazing chart for the new, the first, technically for me, it's the first moon of the, well, it's not the year. It depends on how you look at it. Because we look at the organic wheel of the year that is based in the way that Gaia flows and her ancient wisdom. But the Lunar New Year is happening today. So this is the first new moon of the Lunar New Year, right? So very big there. Of course, we all know that we are ushering in the year of the fire horse. We know that this is also a eclipse, the ring of fire, right? Whew. Okay, let me go back. I found it very interesting, you guys. When I looked up that word that Spirit was giving to me, my ancestors and team were giving me undulation. Okay. Undulation refers to a smooth wave-like motion or a series of curves. Hold on. Spirit is taking me back to how we kept channeling at those last points of Pisces with Neptune and Saturn. Like we were at the top of a ride and we climbed up the hill and we were like, and we were in the Willy Wonka factory and we were going, no one's really knowing where it is we are going. Okay. And what was it? We were talking about the log rides, the splash rides. I'm hearing Splash Mountain. We loosed. Okay. The year of the fire horse, we down the hill. So it's giving waves and peaks and curves and rises and falls. This is very interesting though. Because I'm hearing now we're going. But I want you to, okay, Spirit is having me pause there to offer clarification. I forgot to, I wanted to light this candle. Spirit wants to our ancestors and our guides and Spirit wants us to understand that this does not mean we go fast. Timelines, quantum frequencies and shifts. It's like, it does not mean that you go fast, okay? Timelines, elevation, ascension, exposure, all of these unfolding frequencies. We don't fully understand what it is that the quantum nature of the universe and multidimensionality means when it says going fast. But we, in fact, are actually it's stillness for us. Is stillness for us. It's more about alignment. It's more about being well rooted and well grounded. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and so Spirit is just wanting to reiterate, it's more like a very Neo in the Matrix type vibration where many, many things are moving and shaking and shifted. In fact, Spirit is saying we are in the wheel of the year. Of course, we understand that this is how things are going to flow. I'm seeing chaos and a star being born. But does that mean that you pick up and allow yourself to get, I heard life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. Spirit is saying, what's that? Prince of Bel-Air? I think that's come through in some personals too. That's funny. So it just reiterates the message. Because also we have to remember, I'm sorry, we don't have to do anything. I mean, you have free will. You do as you will. It is going to be very helpful for our energetic alignment, our mental health, and damn near our sanity. Spirit says that we are reminded of the process of unfoldment. Just because all of these things come into alignment on what we would mark, Spirit is saying, in our calendrical system of Gregorian time marking, which is not necessarily always accurate in the ways that nonlinear things unfold. Spirit is saying, like, mind you, if we look at the patterns of the planets, child, we will. Because, hello, we're actually on the precipice of preparing for our first Mercury retrograde. Mercury is ahead of us and is going to take a pause in this Piscean frequency. So indeed, although the planets, Saturn and Neptune, have come to these 0 degree points in Aries, we're going to have this moment. And now it's 11:11. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. We have this moment. I'm hearing the song, Gravity is working against me. Oh, twice as much ain't twice as good, and can't sustain like a 1 part would. I can't remember all the words. You know what I'm talking about in that John Mayer? It's wanting more that's gonna bring me to my knees. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all, I'm trying to sing, but I'm going off key. You get the point. Now I'm hearing, hold on, Spirit is giving me, hold on, I'm coming, burner, burner. Yep, that's our ancestors. That's Spirit moving and shaking in the vibrational frequencies inside our DNA, because that is where the portals lie now. Not so much as that they're out in the earth, as in I'm channeling is like Spirit is saying something that we would go seek outside of ourselves, but now it is time inside, and that is where they are coming to, is something like this that I'm tapped into. I'm hearing everybody is doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby. It's that forward motion. But do you see how in the stillness, it makes me think of, we love, shout out to our beautiful peace walkers, but I always teach about the Shaolins, the monk, the energy of the masters who are also spiritual warriors. They would teach you that I'm seeing this scene where it's like somebody can know all these moves and be running circles around you and look at me. It's giving, look what I can do. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Talking to the microphone. Okay, not a child in a man's body. Oh, that's a message in itself. I digress. But it's giving the dutiful monk who has practiced many cycles of learning of himself, of being founded in the alignment of his own physical body. It's giving Uranus and Taurus, which is still Uranus and Taurus down here, is connecting to the frequencies in these activations, but it's giving, I am well rooted and grounded in the knowing of myself, and that makes me strong. Spirit is showing me the wheels spinning, but having a very strong foundational center. And I'm seeing, what am I seeing? Neo in the Matrix, how he can lean back and he is not moving fast, but he's seeing everything almost as if he is slingshot so ahead that he is able to be so still that he sees almost the lagging of the fast time movement, but he sees it in real time. Stay with me. And so it's almost like, I remember this teaching of the Shaolin monk, and he would teach, you have to be grounded on your 2 feet. And I've said this before, and it's come through before, it's coming through again. This is very high ascensional vibrational frequency of Aries, the Aries energetics of the exalted spiritual warrior, okay? And not in ego, but in a beautiful place of understanding where you stand and why you're there and everything that you've done that's brought you there. And he would teach that. He would have decades of experienced high-level masters, but they would forget their grounding. And so you could be doing like the fanciest dragon kick you spent 2 years learning how to nail. But if you are not grounded in your strong foundation, you can be swept off your feet. And this master would illustrate this with students he had been teaching for decades. And he would always have to remind them, you have to come back to center. You have to be grounded in the embodiment of your alignment. We can go up and reach these great heights, and we can have these beautiful moments, and we can know all the dates and talk about all the frequencies and have all the kundalini and the big meditations. You feel me, okay? But when we come back down into the body, I'm telling you, this monk would have these guys on their feet in like 2 moves. A strong, sturdy sweep of the foundation. They're down. Okay, love that dragon kick. It looks so cool when you do it in the air. I bet everyone's super impressed. I mean, no shade, like, great work. But as soon as your feet hit the ground, you're not very well grounded. I'm going to sweep you. And then that's the end of the day. You know what I mean? We call it a day. Or he would have these guys doing all these moves around him. This is what it's giving. But he... And you know what it does? It makes a connection between heaven and earth. I'm seeing the magician card with his Jupiter finger. He is a very solid bridge, a very well-grounded gateway. You know what I'm saying? So he is able to be so rooted. I'm hearing all the way up to the stellar gateway chakras, all the way down to the, what is it? Not their root. The earth star chakras. It's a strong connection that can't be broken. And so another crazy thing that he would illustrate is that you give me about 2 or 3 moves. I'm going to give you time. You can rush at me any way you want. You can spin, you can dance, you can do the fanciest, craziest moves you know. You give me 2 moves and I'll ground you real quick like. You know what I'm saying? It's giving, I am super chill, but I can lean forward very quickly. It's also giving that. He would also illustrate too that... the core and the attachment to the foundation had to be strong. And he would show these, I remember one lesson, because I used to do like these Qigong things and I followed it a lot. After a very dark time in my life and I needed simplicity and grounding, it was very, very peaceful. I still have certain moves that I'll do in the morning with like stretches and stuff before I work out because they're so powerful to ground you and cleanse your energy. Maybe someone connects with Qigong or connects to the monks. I'm sure we all have a special level of adoration after the peace walks and everything, you know, very, very venerable, you know, I'm so grateful that we got to see something like this in a time like now. So beautiful. And then to see him humble himself before his teacher, very beautiful. But the teacher would show that just a few course correction pointers in how a monk would be off his stance. And he could come at them. Again, it's a very concentrated movement, but it's full of embodied energy in the present moment, being a connected, a bridge. You know what I'm saying? The magician. It's giving fool and magician. And he would come and he would knock them off their feet so quickly almost every time. But then he would show the correct stance and he would do his breath work. And I'm telling you, look, I'll talk about these guys would be doing crazy moves. And they could not they could not sweep his feet. They could not knock his foundation. The dude was like, I'm hearing, she's a brick. House. Okay. He was a brick. Okay. Okay. So that is kind of to illustrate what it is that Spirit is showing me. Let me go back though. Spirit is taking me back to undulation. Okay. We are going to do a quick review of what placements are being activated in these amazing eclipse portal. This eclipse portal we're entering into, we'll talk about some conjunctions. We'll talk about some squares because that's where Uranus is coming in with this energy. And it's crazy. Actually, it's crazy we're talking about this whole reference because we're talking about rebellious Aquarius energy co-ruled not only by Saturn but Uranus, and Uranus is having a direct powerful square with all of this new moon solar eclipse, all this Aquarius frequency. So they're squaring up. This is exactly the rebel with a cause. How strong is your foundation? Can your feet be swept? You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing this image. Okay, I'm getting a powerful image. I'm seeing this image of like, again, with the monks. Must be a collective conscious frequency, but I understand it. Very Aquarius, the whole idea of a monk or like a nun or like so you know what I'm talking about, a guru, but we are not seeking gurus, by the way, in this time. Spirit will clarify there and say that you are your own guru. So this message is for you and you alone. But what I'm seeing is like a monk is standing. He's holding a symbol. It's not like a cross or anything. It almost looks like the cross quarters. It's a circle. Spirit is going to have me draw it. It's isn't it the cardinal cross of the elements, right? It looks like this. So the monk, he's holding it and it's filled with light. It's like, whoo. I'm seeing that image of the backdraft again. Remember when I was channeling that in another reading? The monk is standing there and it almost looks like I'm just going to say what I'm seeing. And I'm just seeing a vision. It's a metaphor. You get me? Okay. It's like a vampiric entity. It straight up looks like an OG vampire. I'm not going to lie. But of course, this can be a metaphor for so many things, right? Energetic vampirism, narcissism, dark inverted, black Saturnian, all of these timelines that are dying now. So I'm seeing this monk and in the vampire. The monk is small. He's much bigger than him. He's very dark. He's very ominous. It's giving fucking Voldemort is giving like Voldemort versus Harry Potter. You feel what I'm saying? It's giving Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit versus all these big, you see? But there's a power in the faith, the belief, the vibrational frequency, you're not going to shake me from my core, and I don't even care if I cease to exist here today. And all of that frequency is pouring through that cardinal cross symbol, and it's just obliterating that dark figure. That is the image that I'm getting here. You see that? Look at that. The obliteration of the old timelines through a massive uptick in how the universal source consciousness is able to pour light into the timelines right now. You see? That's what I'm tapped into. Woo! Okay, I knew it was going to be like this. That's why I was like, I don't even think I'll be able to share cards. We'll have to do a separate like tarot oracle message. Okay, Spirit, if we can slow it down. I'm getting a lot. But Spirit's like, go back to undulation. Okay, well, you keep giving me these other visions. Okay. Undulation refers to a smooth wave-like motion or a series of curves that rise and fall regularly. It's derived from a Latin word unda, which means wave. This term is used across several fields to describe both physical movements and abstract patterns. Geology and geography. This describes the natural curves of landscape, such as undulating hills or the rise and fall of a countryside. Okay, Spirit, yes. Listen, dance and movement. This refers to fluid. Okay, Spirit is taking me to Minnesota and is showing me the references of the indigenous peoples and the peoples of different beliefs and practices and shamanic and energetic things where they dance, where they shake. They're shaking, playing bongos. I'm seeing tambourines. I'm hearing maracas, but also shakers, and they're creating undulation and energy to release. Okay, Spirit is taking me to that scene. And I think it was shared a lot where the different tribal peoples were there at a specific memorial doing all of these different dances, singing all of these different songs, playing the brass, singers. There's so many people went there. This is an example of this, Spirit is saying. Okay, it says dance and movement. Refers to fluid wave-like body movements, particularly in belly dance or Afro-Cuban dance. Hello. Okay. Shout out Super Bowl. Undulation. This is also an essential understanding of motion for efficient underwater swimming. Not us coming up for air. Woo. It says biology. Used for undulatory... here's locomotion. Y'all, we were singing this. Used for undulatory locomotion. The primitive movement pattern that is seen in snakes and fish. Hello, I know you see this. Physics. Defines the motion of waves, vibration in a medium where particles move to and fro without being permanently displaced. Do you see that? It's almost like the ancestral spirits of the frequencies of the galactics and the grand central sun particles and all of these timelines that we thought, Spirit is saying, had been sunk or eradicated. No. They were just flowing in different patterns. They were not permanently displaced. I hear it like this. Music describes a tremulous tone or a beat produced when two tones are not quite in unison or through a specific pressure on a stringed instrument. Interesting. It's almost like a resonant dissonance. You know, like when people are singing and they hit that ooh and it zings a happy place in your brain and there's a slight bit of dissonance, but it still is harmonious. It's like that off key. And when people hit it, I'm hearing dun, 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 dun. Oh shit, is that Lacrimosa? Child. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. Lacrimosa? Is that Mozart? Did I spell it? Oh, I spelled it right. Yes, Requiem in D minor. Oh shit, the Day of Tears. Oh, okay, we're going to come back to Lacrimosa. Not in reference to I forgot that it was in The Godfather. And The Crown. What's his name has just passed. May he rest in peace. I know he's going to be one badass fucking ancestor. Robert Duvall. Not Robert Duvall coming through Lacrimosa. Yes. Okay, let's bring it back. Spirit said, come back. Okay, I'm coming back. So the tremulous tone or beat produced when two tones are not quite in unison. It's almost like the between the timelines is how I get it. Now I'm hearing a fly buzzing and then whoosh. I don't know, maybe that's confirmation. Flies always give me like monitoring spirit. It's a certain vibe. Maybe that just someone needed to hear that. But it says literature. C.S. Lewis famously described the law of undulation in the Screw Tape Letters to explain the inevitable highs and lows of human interest and emotion. Wow, hold on. Let me click this link real quick. Hold on. I want to take it a step further. Hold tight. Okay, this is what I was looking for. The law of undulation suggests that... okay, hold tight. This is good. The law of undulation. This is giving square between Uranus and this huge amount of Aquarius energy right now. This law suggests that because humans are, metaphorically, right, amphibians, half spirit, half animal, our interest in willpower will naturally wax and wane. This is somebody writing in an article about C.S. Lewis and the law of undulation. Spirit said, write this down. Someone may want to read further into it. C.S. Lewis, the law of undulation. Now I'm seeing like a horse running down a beach and there's like a city burning on fire in the background and there's like this rider. Okay, it's kind of giving the death card with but it's like the fire as well. Ooh, but I keep hearing the and it's like very dramatic in the background. I'm seeing it like this. Spirit is showing me the troughs. If you feel spiritually dry or less motivated this week. Oh, this is so interesting. I'll have to find out if anyone's curious about this article, but this is like they're referencing this undulation to like what we're going through right now. It's very interesting. I'm gonna have to come back and read this full thing. If you feel spiritually dry or less motivated this week, it's just a part of a natural cycle and you're not a failure. The troughs lead to the growth in the law of undulation. Deep spiritual work often happens in these troughs when you choose to persevere despite lacks of emotional highs or, coming down from that or whatever. And mind you, we're being hella gaslighted. It's collective PTSD and trauma. We have to see it for what it is and make sure we practice that Aquarian compassionate detachment and refuse to be manipulated. And because that's a form of energetic harvesting, right? Oh, this is really cool. Hold tight. She's calling it astrological waves. Okay, I see where she's going. Law of undulation. Mars preparing to turn direct later this month. You might feel revving of engines, which will create a build-up effect and a release point for emotional pressure. I like that. It's a recalibration energy. Yes, balancing of opposites. We need rest. We need work. If you feel too emotional, do something that's creative or logic. If you're feeling too logical, maybe go outside, play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's very balancing. Microdose your emotions. Hell yeah, I love that. Microdose your emotions so you don't get too deep off in the lows where you're grieving or you're tired, right? Or like fatigue. Okay, I see what she's doing here, but I love that. Okay, I love that. Listen, what are we at? Lord have mercy. Lacrimosa. We know, obviously, Requiem in D minor, right? Mozart. It is legendarily known as his final composition. He reportedly died after completing only the first 8 bars of this movement. Damn. I would play it for y'all, but then they'll, dink me. I mean, I don't get monetized, but they do like way lower down the tier of who can view your video and stuff, so I ain't even going to play it. Maybe I'll share it in our community tab. Okay. The theme of the song is that the lyrics describe the day of tears when humanity rises from ashes to be judged and plead to receive mercy. But of course, with seeing the death card in combination with the year of the fire horse, it's giving like, you guys can start over again. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, shout out to Robert Duvall. May he rest in peace. He is going to be an amazing ancestral spirit on the other side. We know this. Thank you for gracing us today. The Godfather, you think of this, oh, lacrimosa, right? Because I know we all weeping over some crazy shit that we are finding out. And some of us have been ahead of the times with that. I'm hearing, don't stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. I gotta get away from here. Dun, dun, dun. I'm hearing that. Dude, I did not know that Evanescence apparently released a song and they changed the wording of the spelling of Lacrimosa, but it incorporates some kind of melody. Okay, noted. I'm gonna go back and find that. Thank you, Spirit, for this gift of hearing undulation today. I think it gave us a lot. Let's hit some things in the chart here. First and foremost, we will note that the new moon, and you're going to hear a lot of astrologists talking about this because it's important. The new moon solar eclipse is squaring Uranus and Taurus. And Uranus and Taurus is finishing... hold on, this journey, right, is finishing this whole powerful journey. And by the time we get into the spring equinox energies, Uranus will be prepared to be complete with the journey of Taurus and move into Gemini. So that is a very important placement. It's giving, like I said, it's, hey, I know it's shocking, but we got to wake up. I'm hearing, wake me up before you go, don't leave me. Another great ancestor. Hello. Rebels with a cause. It's giving like, it's giving revolutionizing, but in a unique way. I'm hearing, they never going to see it coming, right? Because the ancestors made this big show of song and dance and shamanic workings in a lot of big stages recently. If you know, wink, right? Art, indigenous and cultural rooted through the ancestors, dancing and moving the frequencies, people singing together to avoid the violence, stuff like this. They never would have seen it coming. That's what I hear. And then, of course, mind you, because, you know, we have Mars, the sun, and the moon. I'm not going to say Mars is super close to them, but they're all kind of clustered together in this Aquarius frequency. So this Uranus and Taurus energy is squaring kind of that whole, hey, we're really moving through some, we're navigating like tense territory, right? And for some people, it is more known because we were called in this incarnation to move ahead further and do certain bodies of work, go through dark nights of the soul, work through alchemize and transmute things. You know, we've been in the thick of it, I'm hearing. So for us, maybe we understand it more, but for a lot of people, collective global awakening and awareness, I'm hearing from Spirit, we're all trying to find a new stability. You know, but it is giving, I've got to break free, right? Dang, all the ancestors coming through. So the eclipse portal, to say the least, will be intense, but we are prepared for it, okay? Of course, we've already pointed out the new moon being conjunct. I'm gonna, you know what? Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. By technicalities, we wouldn't really call it a conjunction. They're kind of a little farther apart, you know, Venus, here we have Venus, here we have Mars, but they are kind of moving together in a group. And pretty soon we're going to see that beautiful, what we call the planetary parade. We're going to see, I'm hearing, ooh, child. Okay, I'm going to channel it. That's how I hear it. But it's the planets getting ready to, everyone line up. I'm hearing line leaders. We're going to walk the stage. I'm hearing it like this. And this is all going to be in Pisces, which is the dissolution. The finality of the dissolution of gates and keys. Spirit is saying it like this. It's giving, and you know, Mars and Venus, Venus and Mercury are already moving ahead in this Piscean energy. They want to help us. You know, Spirit, our ancestors and team are helping us deal with feelings, deal with desires, deal with our boundaries. We're maturing. Spiritually and emotionally, that's what it's giving. I know there's a day where they all line up. Get in line. They line up really close and we get one more juicy oomph out of that North Node in Pisces. So that'll really give to soul purpose alignment, new relational connections, collaborations, new dreams, new ideas, but at the same time, all this dissolution of the veil. But it's going upwards, okay? We are working on seeds that we planted, which kind of takes us back into February, continues to help us walk out the remainder of the embulk season of the earth, right? So we got to remember, we planted seeds. We've been planning for this. I'm seeing that reel, y'all. I'm seeing that meme. Ooh, I've been waiting for this. Y'all know what I was talking about? He's jumping up and down. It's good. It's revolutionary. I would warn about impulsivity, absolutely, when I look at this energy. It's important to remember our unfoldment, our rooted groundedness, okay? Where do we have, I think, hold on. If I remember correctly, let me go to the page where I have these Sabian symbols. Let me see, because I think it's a really good one. It's like a chrysalis or something, I think. That's I'm sorry, it's a mouth sound. Sometimes I do that when I'm in a space. It helps me kind of go through the frequencies of energy. Okay, where did it go? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it in my bookmark. The Sabian symbols. Okay, I think I found it. Let me load it. Okay, so the Sabian symbol for this lunation is a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. Honey, flying right out through that window of light. I know you see it. Well, let's write it down, Spirit. And that's an excellent closing point. A butterfly. Y'all, I'm hearing butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Not take a look. It's in a book. Maybe we need to take reading breaks. You know, I stay reading over here. You ask me what book should I read at any time. I'll give you one. A butterfly emerging from a chrysalis, or some people say chrysalis. How beautiful. Yeah, I can't stop hearing it, y'all. Take a look. It's in a book. Okay. There's a beautiful astrologer. I think she's on Substack now. What is her name? Erin Reese, maybe? Erin Reese. Anyway, sometimes I follow her and like I'll journal with some stuff that she shares, and she was saying something about Uranus rules this eclipse, and it does, because Uranus technically is the modern ruler of Aquarius, all the Aquarius, and then that big square. Uranus is a big rulership of this eclipse, okay? And she was saying something about burn off your bullshit. Okay, that's giving very Taurus energy, okay? What was it that I had written down? The necessity of doing one's work and getting a move on so energies do not stagnate. That's interesting because we are sound bowl cleansing. Burning off the bullshit. What circumstances are you finding yourself at in your foundational practices? How are they pushing you to evolve? How's your consciousness growing? Yes, I love all of this. Oh, one thing that I did write down, and I'm just looking at my notes back here. I wrote down directly, what did she say? Discernment and discretion will be highly required, lest we cast pearls before swine. And then, of course, we're all going to keep urging you to be mindful of distractions, unplug when you need to. The collective trauma field is loud and it's big right now. So if you can take breaks from that, please do so. Okay, so I think that's a great place to leave it for our new moon eclipse portal, Aquarius energies. Welcome into the Lunar New Year of the Fire Horse and all the other beautiful things that we celebrate and observe. Thank you for being in this space with me today. I think I'm actually going to tap in and do a separate video just where we kind of enjoy some cards. It's my birthday anyway, so I'm going to hang out with y'all. I think I'll only put one reading booked on my calendar today, so I do have to be mindful of the time because I have a lecture today. But yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful entrance into this portal. Okay, stay grounded, love yourself extra big, and take good care. I look forward to talking to you soon, okay? Love you. Bye.